Firefighters. Well, let's talk about Nancy Pelosi, sounding pretty confident about her chances for Speaker of the House.
What is your level of confidence that you'll be the Speaker of the House?
Total.
100%?
100%, yeah. I feel very confident about where I am, and I feel very encouraged by an overwhelming support in my caucus that will go to the floor.
But it looks like most of her party isn't so sure. Look at this new poll, finding more than half of Democrats don't want her to have the job. So should the former Speaker be so confident about it? Here to debate, Democratic strategist Howard Franklin and former Trump campaign director of data and strategy, Matt Braynard. Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
So, Howard, I'll start with you as the Democrat on board. Should she feel so confident about this?
I think she's got every reason to feel confident. She's a historic candidate who represents the diversity that is sorely missing in the Republican Party. And frankly, in the year the woman, with 91 women serving in Congress and with a long record of service, not just in the House, but also as a prolific fundraiser, as a very efficient and effective vote counter, I do believe she's got a lot of reason to expect that even some of the people who have said less than positive things about her coming back into the role will ultimately vote to support her.
Well, Matt, she has led the Democratic caucus for 16 years, and at this point, 8 sitting lawmakers or their offices said on Thursday that they would oppose Pelosi on the floor. 2 candidates who won on Tuesday previously had said the same thing. So what do you think?
I think my colleague here is correct. Historically, the winning party tends to dance with the leader that brung them. And there were many opportunities to get rid of her, which ideally would have been in 2010 when she lost and when she failed again and again and again to retake the House. But now's probably not the time that she's going to go. And it's really unfortunate because her negative ratings are twice what the president's are. She's a millstone around the neck of the Democratic Party. And if she really cared about their interests, she would take this time to step back, groom a successor, which she has not done, and allowed a fresh face to come forward while remaining a power, a force behind the scenes. Unfortunately for her, the Speaker's gavel is her white whale, and she can't let it go. And this is something she could have done. She could have stepped back long before this last election, and they may have won even more seats because we wouldn't have been able to run ads against her. Yet she's going to continue being part of their leadership. She's been around, as you said, for 16 years, going all the way back in leadership since 2002. And, you know, she's way past the time she should have stepped back.
Those are some good points, though. And Howard, let's get you to reference that. You know, is she doing what's best for Nancy Pelosi, or she's doing what is best for the Democratic Party?
I mean, I think that's a question with an answer that remains to be seen. But I do.
The poll has an answer.
I know that well, certainly. I think Democrats are going to be reluctant to allow Republicans and Republican ad makers to choose their leader for them. And I think even if you can show this poll, I think a lot of Americans probably don't have a full appreciation for all of the roles that the Speaker is ultimately responsible for, in addition to presiding over the chamber. So, but I certainly understand and agree with some of the sentiments that were shared here. I mean, as a political question, there's definitely an issue, but I think you've got to acknowledge that a lot of what she's done has outweighed the political millstone, as you offered it.
If you look at other polls, specifically dealing with, say, the Mueller investigation, she has said publicly that she thinks that Mueller doesn't have to indict Trump or President Trump for Congress to impeach him. So are Democrats going to legislate, or are they going to investigate? And I'll start with you, Howard, and then, Matt, you get the final word on this.
Sure. I think Democrats will try a dual-track strategy. I don't believe that Speaker Pelosi or Leader Pelosi at this point is wrong in her assertion. I think a lot of other Democrats have also floated the topic and had serious conversations about impeachment based on a number of different things this president has done in the last 2 years. So I don't think she's alone there for starters, but I do believe that there will be both investigations from the House and also a prosecution of his record as president on the campaign trail, which we all know will probably start for president pretty soon here.
Matt?
Yeah, well, Pelosi is smart enough to know that there's no way they could ever move forward with any kind of impeachment hearings without at least a plurality of the American people backing it. And they're nowhere near that and unlikely to ever get there. But she's also got to straddle between a lot of the moderate members from swing districts in her own caucus against, some, I use the word lunatics, who are in completely safe seats in her House caucus, as well as both low-dollar donors and big-dollar donors like Tom Steyer, who are banging the drum for impeachment impeachment. And the problem with impeachment and investigations, as we Republicans learned in the 90s, is that it sucks so much of the oxygen away from building a coherent and broad appeal for people to vote for Democrats in the next election.
All right, we will see. Thank you so much, Howard Matt. We appreciate you joining us so early this morning.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day. Well, the time now is about 20.